Today we'll be talking about Ayurveda. According to Charak Samhita, Ayurveda is a science of life. If we break the word Ayurveda, Ayur means life and Veda means science. So it is the science of life. It tells about what is good for us, what is bad for us. It talk about the happiness and unhappiness of the life. What is life? Life is a union of mind, soul, and body. Soul represent the consciousness, Chaitanya, and mind initiate the actions given by soul in a body. So its union of body, mind, and soul represents the life. The body and its components are made up of Panchamahabhuta. Panch means five. And these Panchamahabhutas are Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and Akash. Prithvi means earth, Jala means water, Agni means fire, Vayu means air, and Akash means space or ether. So Prithvi components represents the mass. We take any component, any particle or the cell, it has some mass. That is because of the Prithvi component. Jala component represents the union of the particle. So every particle, they have ability to unite with each other. It is because of Jala. Agni means heat, and the components are having the latent heat in it. So that is because of the Agni component. Vayu represents movement. These components are having the movement, which is represented by Vayu. And every particle is surrounded by some space, and the space is represented by Akash. So Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, Akash, these are the Panchamahabhutas. These Panchamahabhutas are divided into two components, functional components and structural components. Functional components includes doshas and Agni, and structural components include dhatu, upadhatu, malas, and shrotas. So there are seven dhatus: rasa dhatu, rakta, mamsa, meda, majja, asti, shukra. Rasa means plasma, thrombocytes, leukocytes. Rakta means RBCs. Mamsa means muscle tissue. Medas means fat tissue. Majja means brain and marrow. Asti means bone. Shukra means male reproductive substances. These are the primary components, and these dhatus are then transformed into upadhatu, that is tanya, artva, then sira, kandra, tvak, vasa, and snayu. Tanya means lactation, artva means female reproductive substance, sira means blood vessel, kandra means tendon, tvak means skin, vasa means muscle fat, and snayu means ligaments and nerves. So whatever we eat, it goes into stomach, and there is Agni, that is Jaఠaragni. This Jaఠaragni helps in the digestion and converts the food into two parts. One is nourishing part and second is malas. Then once the digestion happens, converted into two parts by the Jaఠaragni, then Bhutagni acts on it. So Bhutagni, there are five types of Bhutagni for five Panchamahabhutas, right? For earth, air. So there is Prithvigni, Vayugni, Jalagni. These five Agnis, that is Bhutagni, acts on the nourishing food. And whatever we eat, they also have these five components. So eat like Prithvigni will act on the Prithvi part of the component which we have taken, which we have, which is present in the food, which is in our stomach now, digested by Jaఠaragni. So the particular portion will be separated, part will be separated by the Prithvigni related with the Prithvi. And similarly, all different five Bhutagni will be acting on the respective components or the elements. Then it will be the Dhatugni. There are seven Dhatugni: Rasagni, Raktagni, Mamsagni, Metagni, Majjagni, Astigni, Shukragni. They will be acting on each element which is separated by the Bhutagni, and the respective Dhatu will form. So if in the modern way, if we talk, whatever the digestion happens in the stomach, we call it's due to Jaఠaragni, and whatever happens in the liver, it is because of the Bhutagni. So Jaఠaragni as separating two components, malas. There are three types of mala: Purusha, Mutra, and Sveda. Purusha means fecal matter, Mutra means urine, and Sweda means sweat. Then there are 13 types of Shrota. There are different types of Shrota, but the main Shrotas are 13. Three Shrotas like Pranava, Annava, Udakavaha. Pranava is for air, Annava is for food, and Udakavaha means for water. These are the three. And there are 7 Shrotas for Dhatus, that is Rasava, Raktava, Mamsava, Medava, Machava, Astiva, and Shukrava. And 3 for Malas, Purushava, Mutrava, and Svedava. So the total 13 important Shrotas are there. So 3 for Pranava, Annava, Udakava, and 7 for Dhatus, and remaining 3 for Malas. So we are taking food, then Agnis are acting, Dhatus are formed, and then these Dhatus are converted into Upadhatus. I will also talk about doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are the 3 doshas are present in every human body, and then the balance condition, right? But one of these is in predominant in nature, and accordingly that the disease or the body type of person can be identified. Vata is related with the word is from the word va, which means movement. So it is related with the movement in body, and it is been mentioned as a dryness or the lightness, and it is generally in the active in the colon and the lower back portion of the body. Pitta word is derived from the word tapa, means heat, and it represents oiliness, moisture, and it is active in the stomach or intestine. And kapha means related with ka means water, and it's related with coldness and the heaviness, and it is active in the chest, then throat, and brain. So the upper part represents the kapha part, from the chest upward kapha, and from chest to the intestine it is pitta, and below that there is a kapha. Actually these all are present everywhere in the body, but these are the 3 places we can say that they are present in the they are representing part of it. So Vata is represented by Vayu and Akash elements, Pitta by fire and Jala elements, and Kapha by Prithvi and Jala elements. And these are some of the Vata, Pitta, Kapha tendency people. If we talk about this, the body frame of Vata people, thin and tall, and the Kapha people will be large. The weight of Vata Pitta is low or less than the Kapha, they will be larger. If we see the face of Vata people generally long and sunken cheeks, whereas in case of Kapha, it is round and chubby cheeks. Eyes are small for Vata, whereas in Kapha, they are large and moist. In case of Vata, it will be dry. And for Pitta people, the eyes will be sharp. Vata people are having dry lips, and they most of the time they are cracked. If it is red lips represent Pitta condition, and pale lips, and if the lips are big, then it is Kapha Pravrutti people. Sleep also different. Vata people, they are restless, whereas Pitta, they are alert, and Kapha Prakriti people, they have a deep sleep. Memory, Vata people are forgetful, whereas Pitta, they are very sharp. Kapha Pravrutti people, they are slow but having a strong memory. And digestion, Vata people, they have a constipation problem. And Pitta people, they are always hungry. Digestion is fast, whereas in Kapha people, digestion is slow. Thank you.